Hello, it's Nikki. I'm a personal branding coach. I'm an actor, a writer, a speaker, a podcaster, and I'm really interested in supporting you to create success on your terms, whatever that looks like. And the conversation that I want to have today is around goal setting and thinking about your big plans and your clever tricks, or your secret plans and clever tricks, whatever the enormous crocodile says. But at this time of year, I'm recording this in January, people can feel like, right, I've got to create my big vision for the rest of my life. And sometimes it can be really hard to do those things like get specific. So for example, in my coach training, I was always taught to get really specific. So I might start with a goal, for example, thinking about, okay, I want to become more healthy this year. And a coach trainer will be going, yes, but that's not a goal. It has to be really specific and measurable, and you have to get into the nitty-gritty of that. And I really understand what that looks like. And however, sometimes goals for me don't look as perfect as a couple of sentences. Sometimes it's a case of really looking at what that picture looks like. So one of my goals for this year is to do more TV. I trained as an actor many years ago, and I've done a lot of TV over the years. And this year, I would like to do more. So the approach when I'm thinking about this has lots of different angles. And this is the reason I wanted to share this technique with you, because it's about building up that picture. So on the one hand, I need to look at how I could get on TV more. So maybe it's having a meeting with my agent. Maybe it's updating my show reel. Maybe it's looking at the page on my website. Is that really clear? Can people find me? Maybe it's going to more casting director workshops, or connecting with people who work in the online video space. So on a practical level, I'm starting to put that goal in motion, rather than just, meditating or visualize, I want to be on the TV. I want to be on the TV. I can't stop thinking about it every day. For me, I need something to do. I need some way that I can add something onto my to-do list, because that's how I move forward with it. But also, not only figuring out that vision. So I work with 3 pillars. One is vision, secondly, strategy, thirdly, mindset. So if I was thinking about that goal in terms of being on the TV, the vision would need to get a bit clearer. So what does that actually look like? Like, I don't want to be on Crime Watch, really. I don't want to be on the news. But would I want to be on This Morning with Phil and Holly, being an expert in the coaching industry, or somebody who started their podcast? Yes, I would. Would I like to be in a gritty drama where I can showcase my acting skills? Yes, I would. So when I would be thinking about being on telly more, I would have to start to fill in and colour in that picture and really understand what it would be. So that vision is a great place to start. Then I would start to think about that strategy. So like those things I mentioned, I would be having conversations with my agent. I'd be looking at the practical things on my website. I would be making sure I was visible, or my CV was updated, and all of that good stuff. And then here comes the third part, which is the mindset. So there are certain things that I know I need to do in order to align that mindset and that goal and make them come together. And one thing for me is really expanding what that means. So being on TV, for me, that means being more visible, or more exposed, or more open to opinion. And when I'm in those circumstances, I really want to feel like I'm doing my best and I'm feeling really good in my body. Now, this is not about dieting or exercise or being a perfect size or saying there is only one perfect size. This is about you and you knowing what your way of working is. So whatever your goal is. So for me, going back to this telly thing, I know there is a point in my body where I feel comfortable, where I feel kind of at the top of my game, where I feel fit and I feel healthy. And before I got pregnant with my daughter rather, I was in that situation of feeling like I had that connection with my body. And what was happening was, because I had that element of mindset, I knew I was going into those castings and I was feeling really good. Because this is the difference, is if you have a big goal and yet there's something in you that's holding you back or is questioning your belief from actually thinking that you can achieve this, then it's not aligned. So for example, if I was going in for a telly audition now and I wasn't feeling comfortable in my body, which I'm not necessarily, my daughter's only 5 months now and I'm still sort of not back to where I want to be, I know that there will be a bit of hesitation. Because if they suddenly went, oh, can you just wear this, like, I don't know, tiny dress or something, I know that Nikki would get in the way of the character and there would be some kind of disalignment there. So that's what I would love you to do, is to think about the goals that you want to do and then make some moves about the woman, the man that you need to be in order to do this. And I see this a lot when people set big money goals, but yet there might be things on a day-to-day basis where they're just, they want this big money goal, but they're just making silly purchases without really thinking about it, or they're not being conscious with their spending, or they're not paying bills on time, or they're not opening envelopes. So there's a lack of congruency between their actions and what's happening and their big goal that they've set. So I would love to know and hear what you're working on and where you need help, basically. There's lots of resources on my website where you can go into the make a plan and make it happen, or maybe you need some help with creating a personal brand. There's also things in my £20 shop which are going to really help boost up your momentum and your action and actually help you to get this stuff done. I know so often we can get really fired up in January and then by March we're like, oh yeah, what was I doing? What was I working on again? And it really does have to be a work in progress. I don't want to say you have to do it every day, but for the most part, it's like brushing your teeth. You do have to do it most days, and if you can do it twice a day, which we would all expect as well, happy days. It's really going to help you. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening, and please rate and review and subscribe, share, add in your stories at Nikki Raby, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.